I must protect Shy Yeti.
How are you? Hope you're fine. This is the Shy Yeti Show.
Okay, away you go.
Why have I got horns?
Oh no.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, there's gonna be some drama ahead.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep?
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Boy, he's not all that shy, is right.
You're such a wimp.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Paul.
Quack, quack, quack.
I don't know how he done it.
Excellent.
732. Bonjour et bienvenue au podcast The Shy Life.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Shy Life Podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? I'm alright. So, what's this episode going to be about? Well, it's going to be about three very important people. Oh yes, me, and me. No, no, it's not. It's I thought we'd do something different. This originally was going to be like extra material, but well, I thought it would be nice to talk to. You know, last year was a great year for meeting new people and having them on the show. Now, some of them, like Patrick and Matt, and one or two other people appeared once or twice, but there were three people who have appeared a lot more and still appear to this day. And that's Levi, Gianluca, and most importantly, Matthias. So, yeah, we're going to be talking to those guys this episode about what it's like to work on the Shy Life Podcast. So, yeah, let's run the theme music. When we come back, I'll say a bit more. All right, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Good, but it's positive thinking. The highlight, the Shy Life.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, Campers. How are you?
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. I think he has.
I love the Yeti test. It's my favorite thing.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Yeah, I am strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
I could eat my body weight in crisps.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
It's all gooey and easy and yum, 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 yum.
It was enormous.
I don't think I'm ready to speak about it.
Here comes the grizzly.
It's the Shy Life Podcast.
I can't wait for it to begin.
It's alright, I'm just being an alien.
I like that.
Hi there.
Marvellous, Paul.
Oh, flipping back. No, nothing about anything.
So, yes, so we're going to be talking to the three guys who were our new recruits last year. I started talking to Matthias. I thought it would be a nice thing to record together. But I kind of thought, I said, we'll just talk for 10 minutes. But there's so much that he and I have done in the last year. Most of it you've heard, some of it you haven't. And there were so many different aspects and characters. And as we were talking, I was enjoying talking about it so much that it went from being, 10 minutes to about 50 minutes. And I was still going to put it out as extra material. But I thought, well, no, actually, why not make it the main part of the episode? So, yeah, we're mainly going to hear from Matthias, but I have spoken to Levi and Gianluca. Now, as you know, Gianluca has to record via voice memo at the moment. So I sent him some questions, but I've kind of recorded an interview and I've left gaps for him to reply. So that's why it doesn't sound like we're interacting, because we're not really. But then I sort of used the same questions, and I knew that, funnily enough, the first day I met Levi was on his birthday, although we'd been talking for a while before. And this year I was due to meet him for his birthday the day before his birthday. So it literally is a year almost like since we first recorded. So I wanted to speak to him as well. but we were in person. So, I guess we should start with Gianluca, who I think out of those three was the first of those three that I recorded with. And then we'll jump on to Matthias, not literally, that would be weird, who I think was actually probably the third, but as it's the main talk, we'll speak to him. And then we'll finish with Levi, who, I've done a lot of recording with in person, which has been lovely because being that he lives in Salisbury, I've been able to meet up with him. So let's get started, and I'll speak to you again at the end. All right, have a listen.
Hey, Gianni, it's me, Paul. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Now, I'm trying to speak to all of what I think of as the new recruits from 2023. I've spoken mainly to Matthias because I've got him doing some really silly things, even more than I have with yourself. But I also want to speak to Levi. So I thought, like, you three were the main three new guys who came on the show last year. I kind of wanted to ask you what you thought about being on the Shy Life podcast. I'm going to leave some gaps so you can reply, because listeners, we're not in the same room or in the same country. But so Gianluca, if I asked you, like, if I was speaking to you a year or more ago, would you be surprised to now have done quite a few episodes of the Shy Life podcast?
Honestly speaking, no, I'm not surprised at all, but simply because, fortunately, I had the possibility this month to know you better and better, recording after recording, and I truly found out how much you can be available and kind, and also patient, especially with people like me, with your actors, because, for example, I have a very messed schedule during the day, so it's complicated to me being more present during the recordings. You give me all the time of this world to be a good colleague to share your work with, and especially, patience is the key. You've been able to give me some very important tips to improve the performances day by day, and also the pronunciations as well, because I do a lot of mistakes. I'm not Italian, so of course I have to improve a lot. I know that. So you are always there, giving every actor the chance to be valued in the main, how can I say, in the main skills we have substantially. So that's really amazing. Thank you so much for this.
I was just trying to think of the things you've done. Some of it was very organic. Some of the stuff we did where we were just sending each other messages. I think that's one of the things. And I we were doing silly voices, and we were pretending to be Yeti and the Bee, a fictional pop group. And we started doing different characters who were fans of Yeti and the Bee. And we weren't really necessarily doing it to be used, but, well, personally, I had such a laugh doing that I said to you, is it okay if I use it? You'd be very kind. I think we use a lot of your recordings. What do you think about doing silly voices like that? Is that something that you're known for? Do you do silly voices in real life?
If I am in the right mood, yes. I truly love doing silly voices. In general, I think I am a silly person in real, also with my friends, family, colleagues. Maybe a bit because I feel like a jester in my soul. I don't know. There is something psychological behind it, but how can I say? doing silly voices is like a sort of instrument for my main goal when I deal with people. So my main goal would be let them smile substantially. And of course, there are a lot of techniques you can use to do that. It depends on what you say, how you say it, or you go for something more exciting like doing silly voices or silly faces as well. It's an instrument. Sorry, I like to use to give some joy, or at least trying to give some joy the people listening to me.
So yeah, so we did silly voices, and I used quite a few of your, I don't know, little things you said, or because one of the good things about our friendship is that we swap voice messages, and sometimes you just say something or do a silly reaction like, "Oh, I can put that in the title music, or I can use that at the end," or you are all over the theme music at the moment. Little comments, even little noises like. You're probably in the title music more than anybody, but people wouldn't even necessarily notice you. What's it like being on, in the title music, just making lots of silly noises? So we've also done recordings, because I started to learn Italian because I love Italy and I've traveled over there so many times, and that's one of the things we talk about. And I thought, well, I'm going to learn Italian, or at least improve my Italian. Well, I don't know if I can improve it because it didn't exist, but just learn a bit more. It would be a good time to do it when I've got a teacher at the other end, and we do have discussions when I get stuck on stuff. And we actually recorded some of those, like you give me words and then you correct me, and I thought, why not include it on the show? Because your English is amazing, I think, and the fact that we can communicate and joke with each other, and I don't know if I help your English, but I just really think it's really cool. But so I feel like I need to show how difficult it is to learn a language, and I'm not afraid of making an idiot of myself, getting things wrong, because you're doesn't matter if you get things wrong if you can improve. So we did that. What do you think about that sort of thing? Am I a hopeless student? Am I improving? Do you think that I've helped with your English in any way, or just talking more? I don't even know how long you've been learning English, since school, perhaps.
Well, I truly respect you for your mission, also because I feel it very close to my personal situation with studies. I didn't finish my study. I mean, my university studies. I stopped at the bachelor degree. I would have loved to keep going with the master's degree, but because of my laziness, I was there like I don't know. I already did it. I mean, I already have a title. I gained that title while I was working full time. It's hell. I wouldn't like to keep going like this for other 2, 3, 4 years. And then there's you, Paul, 50 years old or something like that, learning a new language like Italian, truly complicated, pretty different from English. And I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing, and I was also jealous because are you succeeding and not me? How is that possible? You know what I mean? It's amazing. So it was also a reason to take some force, some energy from you, and trying to keep going with my personal goals. Of course, I could say working with you has helped me a lot with English, of course. I had some bases from school, but I feel pretty much more fluent now than some months ago, of course. Of course, I mean, I have to improve my pronunciation, as you can listen to. Sometimes grammar is not perfect. I realize that. It's pretty much easier for me writing English than speaking, because when you speak, you like to do that, in the most natural way possible. But doing that when you are Italian or from other countries, you tend to do some mistakes that you wouldn't do while you write, and so you can think about what you're saying. But yes, it's a great, huge help for my English, indeed.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about, I'm not sure if there's anything I've forgotten, but yeah, the other thing we started to do was I wrote scripts for you as Boo, the ghost butler, who was the partner of Douglas, who was already on the show, and we decided to have a backstory, and we've done a few of those now, and there are more to come, even though poor Boo is trapped in the music box at the moment. I don't know how much acting you've done before, or if you've done any. What was it like receiving scripts and seeing, wow, this is what I've got to do? I really love doing the Douglas and Boo stuff. What do you think? And do you think, what do you think Douglas and Boo will, where do you think it's going to go?
Boo and Douglas are part of my life, I could say. Even if it's a small part, they are part of the routine, because I've been involving not only in the acting part, but also in the design of the scenes. Of course, you decide what should happen, but I've been involved also on the point of view, with some ideas, with some opinions about the development of the characters. So that's precious. I truly like being part of this game that is not a game. It's a huge project. Again, I want to remind it. And about the end, about the finale, I don't know. I think the best finale would be simply having a marriage. I mean, I would like to see them happy together, sharing life together, because they have a strong chemistry, and I actually would love that every person listening to this interview could find something similar in their partners, because it's truly special when it happens.
Thank you so much, Gianluca, for all your time with the podcast, supporting me, and it's so fun doing stuff with you. So it's so fun doing all the different recordings, and I know at the moment it's not that easy for you to record. You don't get much privacy sometimes in your current sort of living situation. Sometimes you've had to do recordings for me in the car, and but you've always found a way of doing it. I know at some point your living situation is going to change, so maybe you would one day better have just like a normal Skype chat or something, and we'll see. That could change things, and also hopefully we're going to meet, so we might record in person. So there's lots of potential, future ways that we can record together. And listeners, I know some of you are fans of Gianluca and Boo, and there'll be more Gianluca. I've got things I've not released yet as well. So before we go, Gianluca, any thoughts? Anything you'd like to say before you say goodbye?
Well, I would just thank you so much, Paul, for the opportunity. It's not trivial. I loved it. I would love to be part of the project even more than I do. Maybe in the future, who knows? But we see what we can do. And also, thanking everyone who's listening to this interview, because I received some private messages, and I received all your support. I truly love you all. You're great. You are part of an amazing family with a with an extraordinary environment in which we actor can grow and improve the quality of the contents to give you some quality time. So thank you so much. Kisses.
Thanks very much, Gianluca. Bye-bye for now.
Is an art form. Keeping secrets takes its time. Keeping secrets is a talent. If done well, it's quite sublime. Keeping secrets is demanding. It can drain you bit by bit. Keeping secrets is a challenge, and it takes a lot of wit. I know your little secret. You are keeping it well hid. But I found it out on Reddit. Yeah, I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure. Is a pleasure. Keeping secrets is delicious. Keeping secrets is a giggle, even when they are malicious. Keeping secrets is delightful. There's no need to be afraid. Keeping secrets is rewarding. You just ensure you're being paid. I know your little secret. You are keeping it well hid. But I found it out on Reddit. Yeah, I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure. Secrets is a mystery. Keeping secrets takes its toll. Keeping secrets is cemented and can swallow you up whole. Keeping secrets is frustrating as you're laying there in wait. Keeping secrets is addictive and now it's probably too late. I know your little secret. You are keeping it well hid. But I found it out on Reddit. Yeah, I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure.
Hey, listeners, we've got some extra material now, and I'm speaking to one or two people at the moment, but this does apply to a number of people on the show who joined the show maybe a year ago or roughly a year ago. And the first person is Grizzly Aka Mateus. How are you, Mateus? Sorry, I don't know why I'm speaking in that strange voice. How are you?
I'm fine.
I just wanted to speak to you about working on the Shy Life podcast over the last year. And as I say, you have done the most, from doing quizzes and trivia and just being yourself when you came to visit, because of course that's different as well, to playing lots of different characters. And If I told you, because the first episode you did, I haven't got to listen to them, so I'm not going to sit there and go through them one by one, but we'll just try and talk about highlights or things. But the first one we did, we didn't necessarily know it was going to be more than just a one-off. We were talking about your sadly retired or paused YouTube site now. It wasn't at the time, but because you got involved with the Silo podcast, had negative effect on your YouTube channel.
No, it's not like this. It was like I was tired by work and I had working more from the office, and well, I didn't have time, so it was like, and fighting with deadlines only to meet deadlines is stressful, and it's supposed to be fun, and when it started to make me anxious, it lost its whole point.
Well, it's a shame, but at least your YouTube fans lost up in my show's game. So it's helped us get to know each other better. But anyway, we did that first episode. I mean, I think we might have done maybe a little bit of extra material as well, but we didn't necessarily. Well, I mean, I say we didn't know we were going to do more, but I don't think there was much of a gap before I asked you to do more, or if you'd like to do more, because it did become an excuse to chat as well, and hang out online. It's the thing when you're meeting people who don't live that close to you. It's nice to have, it's all very well. You often say, "Oh yeah, we could just have a chat," but then another week passes, another week. But if you've got something like we do we're recording, can we record this episode? Then that right. So we're going to do that then, and then we can chat. So I think in a way it does, even though you shouldn't need an excuse to talk to your friends online, because you are doing something extra, it becomes okay, let's do it that Thursday, or let's do it that Saturday. Anyway, I've talked too much. What are your thoughts? If you talked to yourself a year ago, you'd be surprised that you've now done so many episodes.
Yeah, when we were making our first episode and we were just chatting about things like I like Power Rangers and anime and other things I don't remember who we spoke about, and my channels. RIP.
Funko Pops.
Oh yeah, and my Funko Pops. I haven't thought that we are going do things together. Like I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe next time we'll spoke about music or something, or Doctor Who or something else. Like we are gonna just chat and not doing anything else. And then you asked me to help you with Halloween episode, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do this. And you can play different characters. And I was like, yay, okay, I'm not sure if my English can handle this, but I'm gonna do my best. And then slowly, Grizzly the Magician started being created, like my Yeti Diaries. After you asked me if I want to record something from my holidays, and I recorded some regular things like, oh, today I ate a kebab and I watched a movie or something, and yeah, you use it and I sent you that. But after all, I started thinking, damn it was a missed opportunity, because it was super boring, because my holidays are super boring. I'm not doing much on them. Usually I'm lazy potato on the couch with some anime or TV series or something. And then I started thinking, I could record like Diary from Magical School. And you were like, oh, that's a great idea. So I started doing it. So you had like extra material, and then we used my magic persona in episode with Phoenix Festival.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it all that's what I find with the characters, that it all starts to I mean, we were talking about something to do with Charlotte yesterday, and I forgot to make notes. I have to go and make notes about that. Ross reminded me to make notes about, listeners don't listen. Remind me to make notes about the witch thing as soon as we finish.
Okay.
But I didn't add it to the story notes. Sorry, listeners, you didn't hear that. Yeah, it's very easy to sort of build up in, like the plot line I've done recently, or I'm starting to do with Yeti Uncle John and Cromitty going wedding crashing. That all links into the fact that Warren talked to Cromitty last year, and then slowly Cordy's been getting a bit more stronger and more confident, and the stories tell themselves in a way, but when they're based on characters. That's or maybe you have a strong story and you can which character does that suit, but yeah, we've done so many different things. We did the Phoenix thing, which was good. That was an episode I've been putting back for quite a while. Got a bit complicated, and I do remember doing that one. That this is the thing about improvisation and how I used to find in Sutton Park that you'd be, being the showrunner of whatever you want to call me. I'm thinking, yes, we're just going. I'll be taking the lead. Then you did. Then often, like when I did Sutton Park, suddenly sometimes an actor might decide, oh no, I'm gonna do something which is going to really change things. Like I'm recording with my friend Harry, and he decided to have a fit and die in the middle of the episode, and I was like, okay, well I can't possibly let this happen. So I dealt with that, and then I kind of said, right, okay, next week you'll be playing a robot Harry. You're not getting out of this. But anyway, when you and I were doing I thought I knew what was going on with the Phoenix Festival, but then you introduced something else, and I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. There was a new character, or maybe another person who was causing trouble, and because we tend to just roll with what's ever happened. It's not always, you don't always get other people sort of.
Yeah, because it was like we were building up things like we are chasing someone, so we have a whole investigation and everything. But I didn't know you have an idea who was the party and everything, and you have some idea for how to end it. So in the middle of everything, with everything that was happening, I already created in my mind a scenario to end things. So it was like you're doing A, and I was like, no, but there is someone else. There is someone else. It's not true, Bettina.
Okay, so now we're going to have to deal with this now. But it works out. Or even if it doesn't work out, it's fun of the show. So yes. But what else have you played? You played in the episode where comedy. No, Reginald went back to his school reunion. You played the headmaster in that.
Yeah.
Half the times we
Vertigo slasher.
Half the time we haven't decided the name, and I have to kind of go, oh, what are you going to be called? Yeah, there's a lot of Polish people in the Shylock podcast these days, but they all sound different, but they all have Polish accents. I did say to you yesterday that I hope that I wouldn't like to be accused of. It's like in American movies, if there's a British character, he's always a baddie, and I don't want to be doing that with I don't want to. Oh, he's Polish, so he's going to be a baddie. But you have been a baddie, you've been a goodie, you've been somewhere in between. So I think that we've given you the opportunity to be all aspects of well, I'm sure there are more, but
yeah, and a lot of characters we created are pure accident.
Yeah, and maybe only appeared once, and probably only will ever appear once. But yeah, we've still got one episode to record which is about Cromitty and his mentor. And originally, I was going to have Gianluca be the mentor, because it was him who'd sent me a message and done a silly voice, and I said I like that voice. But it's not always easy getting Gianluca a fee for recording, and there were other priorities I need him to do. So I think we'll do that with you at some point. You'll be the mentor, but we'll find a different voice. Also, I called you in because I'd arranged an episode with another character. I won't name or shame him, but there was somebody who used to record with the show who I'd even recorded all the bits about he was going to be trapped in space, and I was going. We were going to record that, and while we were in space, we were also going to do some quizzes, but we were running out of air, and I was there to kind of rescue him, but then ended up getting trapped myself. Anyway, I recorded all the bits around the episode, but I never recorded the central bit because he cancelled and never rescheduled. And I sort of got to the stage where I was like, I can't keep chasing people. If you want to do it, you'll contact me and say, when are we going to, especially having met you people in the last year, like you and Janek and Levi and Patrick and one or two others. Maybe things evolved naturally with the Shy Life podcast, in the same way as it did with Sutton Park, and people came and went, and it just be stressful to be worried about it. So I had the episode sitting there, kind of, which I kept hoping that that person would come back and finish it. But I think I did send a message or two, but didn't get a response. So anyway, I said to you eventually that I want to finish this episode and I want to reference the character who was supposed to be in it. But then when we get to the spaceship, it's not him on the spaceship. It's you who's being. We had to change it a bit, but I think maybe you even played an alien. But by the time I think this episode is due out soon. So who knows? Maybe this will get extra material on that episode. I don't know. But yeah, so we finished an episode that had been sitting around for 18 months or a year or something. So you're very good at, you have your plots where it's like, well, Grizzly has become like almost second most, like a regular. But usually we don't have regulars on the show that are real people. We have Yeti Uncle John or Comedy, but you're sort of the nearest real person who is on the show, like in that role.
Yay!
And like you're always around my house, and we kind of, whereas we used to say, we'd usually say with Toppy, if he comes over, then he'd come over in X spaceship or X mini pod. You have the magical train as an option. Although we have travelled by rocket-powered boots at some point, but we also had you being very excited about meeting the team there. And did we do an episode where we introduced you to everybody? I can't remember. I know I have done that sometimes.
I think it was the Halloween episode when I met most of the gang.
Yeah.
Because there was Bettina, Yeti, Uncle John, Comedy, Tallulah, and Reginald.
Martin. Yeah. Yes, so we've done that sort of thing, but then we've also, it's difficult to. Can you think of any notable episodes that we may have not talked about, or just any notable anecdotes from recording?
Well, your birthday trip for a concert to Vegas, darling.
Oh gosh, yeah. Did you play? Sometimes it's difficult to remember whether you played I know you played a barman in that episode.
Yeah, I was a bartender and I was a drag queen, like Kylie.
Oh yeah, were you as well? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, it's supposed to be a secret. You shouldn't know that I was a drag queen. Damn, sorry. Sorry, okay. Uncle John.
Well, no, we've raising the curtain. Well, this is what we did. When you came to visit, I decided, because at one point, if you listen to the early episodes, I'm calling you Grizzly, but I'm also calling you Mateus, and then I decided in my head that when you came to visit, we'd do an episode where I'd call you Mateus if just talking about, like, because it was like diary. There was a diary episode, 2 diary episodes. One was the real things that happened, and one was fictional. And I did
But from real trip, I really was then in London.
Yeah, I mean you've been in London lots of times without actually being here, and then you actually were. In case anyone listening didn't believe that. He really was. we did.
We have picture on Instagram.
We do, and also because I can't travel too well yet, he's coming over again before the end of the year. So, but yeah, we did an episode where you were Matthias, and it was all okay. We're going to the museum today, and then we also did the same thing, but we're at the museum with getting Uncle John, or which yeah, I think that was okay, because I was just worried that even though we're following a very similar path, because of what was being said, very different things were being said. So when you come over next time, we'll do a diary episode, but then the other episode will be maybe not in the order of the. I was worried that it was going to be too similar, following the same like day by day thing. So I think next time, if we do 2 episodes, we'll do a fictional one, but it doesn't matter what order it is. We can do a treasure hunt or something, and I can do it in a different order. I don't know. We'll see. I've got plenty of time to think about it, but yeah. So yes, because going back to the Kylie episode, yeah, because when I found out that Kylie was doing a Las Vegas residency, I wanted to somehow market. I knew I couldn't go to it, but I have been to Vegas 3 times, so I could sort of picture it. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of do, as it was my 50th, sort of the guys buy me a ticket to go and see Kylie. But when we get there, it's Kylie Commode, the drag queen, and I'm so excited I don't even notice. But yeah, yes, because wasn't the bartender Miley Commode? It was the same person.
Yeah, they were the same person.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been there for so many episodes that we probably haven't even remembered. Just well, one of the most important characters we're involved with is Charlotte Shade.
And the pure accident. That's the pure accident she ever been created, because we were playing Fortnite and we just started messing around like mean girls to each other, and we were laughing hard at this, and it was like, oh yeah, let's do a beach fest in the episode, and there we were like, oh, maybe we will take a Bettina to this, and we will make some rival from the past, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
let's do this.
The thing is, with Aunt Tappy, they're friends, and also with all due respect to Toppy, I can get hold of you because we're often playing Fortnite every day, or we're talking every day. And Fortnite is quite a good, because you can talk. You can be playing, but also talking about different things. And it is quite good for getting the amount of times I've had to go, oh, can you shoot that boy? I've got to write this idea down. Yeah, we have come up with some good ideas whilst playing, and also because you're often free most weekends, and we can just pop on and do a bit of recording. And we did. I mean, that's one of the reasons, because I have been slower with editing this year. For goodness knows what reason, I'm not sure. But we have recorded quite a lot in advance, so we've had to kind of slow down a bit because I haven't used the episodes as quickly. So there have been like 6 or 7 months sometimes between recording and releasing an episode. And we need to sort of catch up with those before we start doing too much more. Although we have got a big plot line of episode 750, which we've been talking about since episode 700 probably. But we're having to sort of, okay, well let's not rush ahead. Let's get those episodes up. And it looks like that will be later towards the end of the year anyway. So which I didn't envisage, because usually I do nearer maybe 100 episodes, whereas this year maybe we'll do 60 episodes, which is a big difference, even though it's still a lot for some shows. But yeah, you sort of we need, because we had the same situation with when Nick was coming back or something, and I'd done a lot of recording, not realizing. Well, I think I thought that Ink would be back more like September, and in fact those episodes came. I was recording quite a way ahead last year as well, and so there was actually a big difference. There was an episode where you went to visit Ick when he came back, and and it was only, I think originally it was supposed to be the episode after a previous episode I'd already recorded, but there was such a long gap between that and
there was like moments that in the middle of recording I had to ask if I already know that and I can speak that, or I should not mention it because it's gonna be later or something. So sometimes it was confusing, and it's still confusing for me pretty often because it's like I live in the past, future, and present. Because sometimes I'm like, you telling me you are editing some episode, and I'm like, but I already listened to it, and it appears now I didn't listen to it. We recorded it, but I think I'm already listening to it because I know what's going to happen. Of course, I'm still going to listen to it because there is a lot of things I don't remember, especially if we recorded it like half a year ago or something. But I know the future. I know what's gonna happen, and pretty often we already recorded what's going to happen. So I'm like, okay, it already happened or not?
But then when we did when you came to visit, that went out almost within days of you leaving. But so as you say, you're living in the present. You're hearing an episode that you just recorded last week, because I tend to prioritize that was an exciting situation that you come over. So I thought, that one has to go. And although we recorded a fictional episode, it didn't refer to anything that was time related, if time was sort of. So both those episodes went out quite soon after they were recorded, and yet there were others recorded, but maybe late last year. I know I released one quite recently that was from January or February. 2 or 3 months before you came over. It's a bit, and also because we recorded ahead in an episode I was editing recently, there was a Stalker episode involving Charlotte and Bettina, and I was referring to Douglas and Boo being at the house, but because of Gianluca's schedule, we kind of, we had to sort of, I sort of said, well, rather than, this is the trouble, we've introduced Boo being in the house, but I can't access Gianluca as regularly as I can you. So, but what happens, because if we go to Bettina's house, where it's Boo all the time, I don't want that. We did do a couple of very short bits where like he was in the library or something. We did a few things like that, but we decided maybe do something that causes him to be absent, and then he can be absent for long enough for us to record new stuff and give ourselves a bit of time. But the trouble is, then we've recorded episodes where I'm saying, let's, or Bettina's saying, Douglas and Boo will be here soon or whatever, and I'm like, I've written Boo out, but that was recorded before we knew about that. So I
always can take over. I like stealing girls.
Can you do an Italian accent? We have
all of them gonna be mine.
Yeah, it'll be everybody. You'll be playing it. You'll just be. You're like, you sure you don't want to play? You sure you don't want me to play Paul now?
I already know the whole intro when you starting episode, so call me the shyest Yeti.
Secrets is an art form, keeping secrets takes its time. Keeping secrets is a talent, if done well it's quite sublime. Keeping secrets is demanding, it can drain you bit by bit. Keeping secrets is a challenge, and it takes a lot of wit. I know your little secret, you are keeping it well hid, but I found it out on Reddit, yeah I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure. is a giggle, even when they are malicious. Keeping secrets is delightful, there's no need to be afraid. Keeping secrets is rewarding to just ensure you're being paid. I know your little secret, you are keeping it well hid, but I found it out on Reddit, yeah, I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure. Secrets is a mystery, keeping secrets takes its toll. Keeping secrets is demented and can swallow you up whole. Keeping secrets is frustrating as you're laying there in wait. Keeping secrets is addictive, by now it's probably too late. I know your little secret, you are keeping it well hid, but I found it out on Reddit, yeah, I know just what you did. I know what you were up to, and I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping. You always acted so demure.
But yeah, so Charlotte we come up with the idea that, it's great to have. It's fun because Bettina, I just love the idea of kind of Bettina, the whole sort of the pretending to it's lovely to see you, darling. Oh, it must be 30 years. 30 years for a reason. You don't not see someone for 30 years without there being a damn good reason. They really don't like each other. Although I think Bettina comes off worse. I think Charlotte tends to play that they're better friends. We soon realise, or we don't soon, but we eventually realise that there's a lot more going on with Charlotte.
It's a part of a big game.
Yeah, she the thing with Charlotte is that she would certainly publicly, he would never say anything negative to any of Bettina's friends about Bettina. Whereas Bettina is kind of, it's saying to Paul, God, that woman drives me mad. But Charlotte's playing a game. But also, Yeti Uncle John becomes a bit besotted with her because this is also playing on my idea that Yeti Uncle John has all these stories of his Lothario days. But I don't know how much of this is true. I wouldn't be surprised. I've said it before. I wouldn't be surprised if Yeti Uncle John is however old he is, a 60-year-old virgin or something. No, I don't. I'm sure he has, but he definitely exaggerates Yeti Uncle John, and his stories don't necessarily follow. And Charlotte likes to have the attention and have a chauffeur or whatever. But as you said, well, there's two other characters that you played. I guess we should do the baby. I love that.
Baby was an accident too. Another Fortnite baby. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, back in Sutton Park days, I used to have a character called the Metallic Man, and he was one of those grabby hand, where you just see a plastic metal. You know what I mean? Grab.
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a toy more from my era, but I bought one of them. Because I used to have different characters. Because you were visual, you had to have some sort of visual representation. So Halloween masks, puppets, claws, I don't know, sticking eyes on a cactus, or whatever. Were the other characters. But now I can get away without having to worry about visual. But anyway, when I was up in part with Metallic Man, I was doing some acting. Oh, I'm the Metallic Man. I'm really bad. He's sort of an evil character, and he goes to close the bedroom door, and all his fingers snap off on camera and drop on the floor. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? What do I do now? So Nick had been in the previous scene. It was when we were editing movies and things, our own movies, and Nick was busy editing. So I decided, okay. So the Metallic Man rushes back into Nick and goes, "Oh, I've been attacked," which he hadn't. But I guess there was a character who was an amphibian man called Horner in Sutton Park. So I guess it was the nearest we had to Yeti Uncle John in a way, not with all the bravado and sort of stuff, but yeah, he was trying to discredit Horner, and only the viewers knew that he hadn't been attacked, but he claimed he'd been attacked. And at the time, Paul was also being drugged. Sorry, I refer to myself in the third person, second person, whatever, because I was playing a character. But I was being drugged, and those other characters were trying to manipulate me. But that was all sort of like, I could have just turned the camera off, but I kept running. I mean, Nick has always said he was quite impressed with. I just kept going, but that's the fun of it. But the baby, I love how the baby was an accident. Then it became linked with the Charlotte plot.
Well, most of the babies is accident.
Originally, the baby we were both going to be babies, but I decided that playing a baby, you would have had baby voice, because you've got a nice voice module thing.
Yeah, but when we were creating an idea of baby and everything, I didn't have it yet, and I think baby was probably even before Charlotte.
Maybe just, but he became the first episode was more about like a version of the film Bigging Up Baby, I suppose, where Yeti Uncle John and Paul have to look after the baby. and that's how we got all the catchphrases like "Shut up and eat a sausage," and how the baby likes bacon, and we're just feeding that. And it's child abuse, but in my head it's hilarious. Real baby, it's you. And then eventually it became involved with. Oh well, there was that scene where we were going to go to the toy shop because Grizzly likes toys, but then obviously the baby likes toys even more if that's possible. And yet Uncle John's sort of trying to bankrupt Paul by sort of, oh, here's a lovely bunny rabbit. You want? It's just when you do the baby. I mean, you're pretty good at crying noises and laughing and things. That sounds weird, but the baby. So good. I just want to make the baby cry because I get an endorphin rush or something with excitement when the baby cries because it's just like a real baby.
Be careful, or you're gonna start lactating.
But then we came up with a plot line to how can the baby come back again? And Yeti Uncle John's trying to impress Charlotte because Charlotte reveals that she likes a man who's in touch with his feminine. Well, his
fatherly.
Like when you see an advert for a perfume or a cologne and there's a man hugging a baby with his shirt off. It's not really about the baby. It's about, hey, what excuse can we have to get the man with his top off? But and Yeti Uncle John wants to do anything to impress Charlotte, and it's like Crispy, what do you think about becoming a baby again? And then baby still has some grizzly traits. Makes it slightly uncomfortable, but then we did another bit. We did like an extract where Bettina bumps into Charlotte on the street. They're pushing the pram around, and baby's in there. But the other character that we also did was Scruffy, which again became Scruffy because I misheard what you said. You were saying Scruffy, but I thought you said Scrappy, and also.
And I still hear the same thing. It's no different for me.
Scrappy. Ah! But anyway, I kind of like it Scrappy, not Scruffy, because it's like it does sound more like a cute name. Scruffy just kind of sounds like a rather.
Both sounds the same.
And then, Scruffy is the robot teddy bear that I get given for my Christmas present or birthday or something by who knows who, and then very quickly ends up in the sink, and then we did episodes at the teddy bear hospital. Although that,
but it's still a little bit of accident that the final shape of Scruffy, because at the beginning Scruffy is supposed to be still a robot teddy bear you've got, but you're supposed to open the box on the chatterbox, and I'm supposed to interact with everyone as a cute robot teddy bear. But back then I was sick and I couldn't speak, so we just write off Scruffy a little bit, like you're going to open it later, not in the chatterbox, and we recorded it much later.
So yes, we have Scruffy, and those plot lines go on, and Scruffy is going to be attached to episode 750, and baby. Well, we've come up with a recent twist, which we had
still need to wait for that.
Sorry?
Listeners need to wait for that. We don't spill the tea about future baby adventures.
Or future Scruffy for that matter. But we did have some problems because, like we struggle sometimes with internet connections, and of course you don't necessarily know it's not working. If you and I can hear each other, we're presuming it's recording okay. We did a couple of episodes. We did one particular episode where we were really busy. Going back to Charlotte, and the listeners know now that Charlotte is behind trying to scare Bettina for whatever reason, at least to try and turn Bettina to rely on her more, and she gets her Polish manager Krzysztof to talk.
And don't worry, listeners. We still are not sure what Charlotte is up to. We don't know her reasoning around everything yet.
It's funny, listeners, because I think Matthias. If Charlotte turns out not to be as bad as she, because Matthias has won the conversation, and I'm like, no, she should just be a total baddie. But maybe we'll find her halfway, or maybe there'll be we have so many fantastical things going on, and we have other characters who I want to return who could be behind. If she has been, yeah. Anyway, there could be many reasons she's doing what she's doing, and it may not be that she's necessarily doing it if she's bad, or maybe it will. We don't quite know yet, but
yeah. Well, one of the funniest things we recording together is that sometimes we have idea for an extra material, a short sketch or something that's supposed to be like 15 minutes, and we starting recording and we have very good flow and everything, and accidentally we record an hour and a half. So instead of having some break for another episode, we have a whole episode recorded.
Well, I think that Phoenix Festival one went on quite long because we had to take into consideration you added an extra twist. So sometimes they've been quite long, but then when I've actually edited them, there was one I was doing where I was like, oh gosh, an hour and 45 minutes. But by the time there was recordings of me kind of going, okay, the next scene is this, we need to do that. So actually, when I came to edit it, chunks vanished. So it shrunk down to being like an hour and a half, which is probably third length between an hour and an hour and a half. But sometimes, obviously, some episodes need to be longer. Yeah, so we were doing an episode recently where we with the stalker and very, very intense acting and Bettina being scared from being stalked, and then suddenly you have a power cut in Poland.
Yeah.
So we're left with literally 5 minutes. We had to do 5 minutes, and boom, it goes. It's gone till 3 o'clock in the morning or something. So we can't finish that day. And then it turns out that whether it's the storm your end or whether, even though we can hear each other fine, something wasn't right with the internet connection and the recording hasn't come out so well. So at the time of recording, we need to record some bits of that, but I haven't even gone back and listened yet because it's not one that will be out quite yet. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing in a way, but at least everything we recorded, I can hear what we were saying. So even if you have to recreate it, I can listen through to it and make notes, and we can try and recreate it as much as possible.
Yeah.
But and I think some of it will be fine, but it's just sometimes these things happen.
Yeah, I know sometimes when you were doing probably Tallulah, it was like I couldn't understand anything because microphone was starting doing weird things at your side, and it was like I completely don't understand anything. Like there was like noises and like some electric problems or something like that, and there was like, oh no, just repeat from the beginning.
I think of two other things. I don't like it. We've probably exhausted the topic, although I'm sure we can think of other things if we had to. But there's some situation we had where you suddenly said, I've got lots of different voices. And some of them were like, oh yeah, that'd be great for the stalker, or that might be good for, I don't know, a female character or a male character or whatever. So we did an episode where I'd been watching The Traitors, and I kind of wanted to do something that was a bit traitory, but not in the same way as the series show, but just it was to do with the vampires. I think there was supposed to be people that we had to check into that was making sure that they weren't anywhere near. So we chose like 4 or 5 voices, and we played each of those characters. So they'll be just one-off characters. One of these people we're talking to is going to be the traitor that's been leaking things to the vampires or whatever the baddies were. That was quite a good use of different voices, but there were so many other ones you had, which are we going to better go back to them, or have you lost them together because you had a bit of a...
No, I mean, I have like all the voices we use in that episode, they are existing because they are like pre-made. But when I was doing Charlotte, Christoph, and a stalker, I was changing some things in the parameters, so I lost the custom things like characters I was creating. But I recreated Charlotte and the baby. I think Christoph shouldn't be a problem, but I just need to do this with you, and you will hear, and you will be able to tell me that is a Christoph or that is a stalker. So
because we had to do some tests, and I think that's extra material, which I don't know. It hasn't gone out yet, or maybe it has. But we did a load of tests for different voices where I was kind of saying, oh, it disguises your voice too much, or the weird voice plus your accent.
Yeah, or it's unclear.
Yeah, so we had to choose ones that were like, oh well, okay, that sounds Yeah, you can hear what you're saying. It's a bit like, sometimes ick is perfectly understandable, and it's just me going, "Oh, hello, it's me," and it sounds fine. And other times, do the same thing, and sometimes it kind of swallows itself a bit, and I don't know. Have I done something different? Was I a slightly different key, or I don't know. The other episode we did, John, which may or may not have gone out, which was very funny to record, and one of the funniest ones I remember us recording. It was the Tears of a Podcast episode. It's not so much that we did voices. I don't remember. I just remember I love the idea. Well, it goes back to a story I wrote in a book years ago. For the Britney Spears type woman was being asked to, cry into this. We're going to market it as a person. You get all these celebrity. I just wanted to do it on podcast.
You just like making me cry.
Well, again, you're so good at crying, and it was just, I don't know, it was one of the craziest episodes we'd done, and it was just such a scream to do. And we had such fun. We kept, I think we made each other laugh so much as well doing it. And,
and that was one of those episodes that's supposed to be 15 minutes and it was like an hour or something.
Yeah, sometimes I often, because it's not always easy to do recording at home unless Toby's out. A lot of these more adventurous episodes we've done in my parents' house, but then they've got their own problems with internet sometimes. So anyway, so a couple of times my dad's kind of come into the room, and at the best of times his hearing isn't great, and yet sometimes he's do you come in the room? Do you have to shout? It's amazing you've even heard us. You can't hear what my mum says when she's standing right next to you sometimes. There was an episode I was editing recently where maybe it was the Stork episode, the first Stork episode, where my dad sneezes 3 times, and each time I start to say my words, and then and I'm like, and then I start to speak again, and then start again, and then you lose it because it's like you're like, I can hear it in Poland, and I'm like, I know he's so loud. I don't know, that's the sort of thing about podcasting that intrigues me. The idea that or even if people are listening to you in different countries, the fact that you may not have been to that country or that town or that, and yet your voice has
international fame.
The walls have heard your voice. You as a person have appeared. You look and you see, oh my goodness, somebody in Japan listening to me. I've never been to Japan, but my voice has been present in a room in Japan. It sounds silly, but it's kind of. I kind of like the idea. Like when I travel, I go to America and I know one of my hairs and my head falls out, and so I'm like, I think, God, I've left a hair in America, or I've left a bit of toenail in Venice. We forget that we travel around the world and we're dropping bits of us are falling off as we're going. A little bit of dead skin I left in Vienna in 1975 or something. No, I never left. I know it would have been later than 1975. But,
I left that body in Vegas 3 years ago.
We won't talk about that.
No, I've never been in Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Anyway, well, as usual, we've talked a lot longer than I expected to, but of all the people that joined the show recently, we had the most to talk about. So maybe I'll talk to some of the others, but they've not been as weirdly involved as yourself. And long may it continue.
I like spending time with you and doing crazy things. So
yeah, it's a good way to get to know somebody and become. Now
we are sick weirdos.
Yeah, now we're besties as well now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's enough for now, and we will speak again soon. And I've got plenty of weird and stupid things for you to do. So
bye.
Goodbye.
is a pleasure.
Keeping secrets is delicious. Keeping secrets is a giggle, even when they are malicious.
Keeping secrets is delightful. There's no need to be afraid.
Keeping secrets is rewarding. Just ensure you're being paid.
I know your little secret.
You are keeping it well hid, but I found it out on Reddit. Yeah, I know just what you did.
I know what you were up to.
I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping.
You always acting so demure.
Keeping secrets is demented.
I just swallow you up whole. Keeping secrets is frustrating as you lay there in wait.
Keeping secrets is addictive. I know it's probably too late.
Tell you a little secret.
You are keeping it well hid, but I found it out on Reddit. Yeah, I know just what you did.
I know what you were up to.
I'm almost quite in awe of your clever secret keeping.
You always acting so demure.
Hi listeners, we're in Salisbury. We're sitting in a green space near the cathedral and Levi's here. Hi Levi.
Hello listeners.
It's almost a year since we first met, like in person, and you recorded your first recording for the Shy Life podcast. Can you believe it's a year?
No, it was such a short amount of time. It's like, I don't know, it's crazy. It's been a year, entire year.
We've achieved quite a lot. We've had you teaching me San Lucia slang. We've had lots of updates, including your trip to Taiwan. And have you any thoughts about the recordings and like, what's life in Salisbury like now? Better than it was?
Interesting. I mean, I do enjoy the recordings. I actually really like being on the podcast. I mean, it's nice to be able to share my experiences and just spend some time with Yeti. And so far, I mean, Salisbury. It's small, tiny, and boring. I mean, it's better now than when I just moved into Salisbury.
I think where we're currently sitting is one of the nicest bits of Salisbury.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the exact same thing coming there.
It's very, very, very green and full of. There's tourists, but no one's getting in the way. It's okay.
It's perfect.
But yes, we're meeting to celebrate your birthday a day early, I should say, because I'm not so free tomorrow. So, but it's very good to have you. I've been talking to Gianluca in Italy and Mateus in Poland, who've also done a lot of recording with me, and I think out of the three of them, you've had the easiest ride. You've been lucky. You haven't been made to do anything too weird. I don't think not too weird. Mainly been talking about your real life and telling me about like things you like, films you like. So I think I've been kind to you, except that time when Yeti Uncle John tried to get you to go shopping for him when you were feeling sick, by telling you that it was fine, that you needed some fresh air. He's such a tricky devil, that Yeti Uncle John. What is your what is your opinion? What do you have to say about Yeti Uncle John? What message do you want to pass on to him?
I honestly, what can I pass on? I mean, Yeti Uncle John is pretty cool too. Besides trying to, force a sick guy to go and get stuff for him, but he's pretty okay. He's okay. Just tell him I said hi.
We've also visited quite a lot of different recording studios whilst we were meeting up, and we've turned the Red into our favourite coffee shop, and we've eaten quite a lot of food together, which is always good.
Yeah, that's nice. That was fun.
At the Wildwood and at Nando's and at those afternoon teas at the Red Lion. It's always good to eat before you podcast. And talking of which, we're going to do. I've got a dog. Wants to join the podcast. We're going to go and eat something now. So we may, listeners, we may record more, but we don't know. You just never know what music they'll be playing in these places. So, but we may report back. And get the latest news. But anyway, Levi, in case we're unable to do any more recording, thank you very much for all your help with the podcast in the last year, and I'm glad that Yeti Uncle John hasn't sent you off the deep end.
And thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I mean, it has been an experience that I don't think I'll ever forget. And I look forward to being on the podcast for many, 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 many years to come.
Yay! We look forward to it too. Okay, listeners. We've got to go and eat something. Hi, listeners. We just had lunch at the Prezzo. It was good. We had pizza and a dessert and dough bread and chips and all sorts of things. It was very good, except they were rather sniffy at the end. I was paying with cash, not a card. I had cash. I wanted to get rid of it. So, anyway, I didn't get a tip, but never mind. We're now sitting in the garden of the pub across the road, which I've forgotten the name of. Anyway, we're sort of in the garden, but we're sort of in a shelter, so if it starts raining, we'll be fine. But, Levi, how was your lunch?
Oh, my lunch was absolutely gorgeous. Except for the customer service, I can't really say the same for the very dodgy customer service, but I had a great lunch.
And, yes, there was something I was going to... Oh yes, and Levi's been telling me that he's doing quite well with his driving lessons, and well, he already knows how to drive. He's just doing a top-up thing. That's going okay. You're gonna be driving soon.
Yeah, hopefully before the year ends, I'm gonna have my license.
We're going to do a road trip to his ancestral home, allegedly. We might be going to Wales, but we're even talking about plans for my birthday, which obviously involves food too. I can't remember what else I was going to ask. We've tried most of the food and things you brought me back from Taiwan. We had some of the noodles yesterday.
How was it?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Noodles aren't that much different than noodles you can get here, but then the ones you get over here are probably from over there.
Was there any noodles that you particularly like? What about the ones with the meat? I think they're...
Yeah, that was the ones with the meat were particularly. That's the ones we had yesterday. We had them with something else. We had them with pork chops. We sort of had them as a side, rather than the main dish. We had them as a side with the pork. I've let my parents try some new things. So, and I got my little bobblehead dog on my desk. There's a good stash of presents. Anyway, listeners, we're coming towards the end of the episode, so we're going to enjoy our drinks, and Levi's got cider. I didn't think I could be trusted. I still got to get to. I'm going elsewhere after this, so I've still got to travel slightly. So anyway, we'll speak to Levi again soon, and as he said, I hope he'll be with us for many a year to come. On the show, I mean, and everywhere. Anyway, shut up, Yeti. Say goodbye, Levi.
Goodbye, listeners. Hopefully, we get to see the next. We're gonna
see you next month. Yeah. Okay. Bye for now. Well, listeners, I hope you enjoyed our chats with the three guys. Long may they continue to be involved with the show. And, I should probably put a few clips at the end of the episode. Highlights from episodes they've been involved in. It always makes me smile when I do that. It reminds me of my Sutton Park days, where I used to leave spaces for flashbacks. So, I'd speak to the viewers and I'd say, do you remember when we met the Jelly Monsters? And I'd sort of pause, presuming at the time that I would then put in a flashback. But, I never finished editing Sutton Park. I edited about the first 1,000 episodes or so. But the more I went on, the more I'd be like, I'm not going to go and rake through all of the tapes to try and find this one bit to put a flashback. So I just sort of left it and presumed that, the viewers can remember. They can do their own flashback in their head. And, I've been a bit better since I've been doing the podcast. If I say I'm going to put a flashback, then I put a flashback. So, maybe we'll have some of those. And anyway, thanks to Gianluca, to Levi, and most of all to Matthias for chattering on. And I think we had quite a lot of anecdotes there. And it was always fun to record with these guys in different ways, whether they be in person or on Skype or on voice memo. And so lucky to have met them all. And anyway, you take care, and we've got plenty of episodes in the can, and we're getting ever closer to episode 750. So you take care, and we'll see you again soon. All right, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Oi, Cromitty, what's going on? What do you mean? What's going on? In what way? Oh, Paul, what has he been doing? He hasn't spoken to us all episode. Oh dear, Yeti Uncle John, it's not about you all the time. I know that. But do you? I do. So what's been going on? He's been celebrating the guys. The new guys. Well, they're not so new now, but the guys that joined us last year. Which ones? Grizzly and Levi and Gianluca. You've met Levi for a start. Yes, and obviously I've met Grizzly. Oh, well, it's quite nice. Yeah, well, they've been very hard-working. They have. They're part of the team. Yeah, yes, I suppose so. What are you doing anyway? I'm trying to find some clips. Some clips? Yes, some clips of the boys on episodes from the show. How many do you need? Well, I don't know, maybe 2 each. Oh, right, well, I'll leave you to it. Well, you could help. Now, I've got things to do. Charlotte needs me to do her shopping for her. Oh, all right. Well, I'll see you later, Yeti Uncle John. Yes, thank you. I'll send your love to Charlotte. Please do. Hello, Yeti Uncle John. Oh, hello, Paul. I've got to go. All right. What's going on, Cromitty? Oh, nothing. I asked him for some help, and he suddenly had another place to be. Oh, right. You're looking for clips? I am, yes. Anyway, I can hear the theme music. Yes, so can I. Gosh, listeners, when we come back, well, I don't think you'll hear much from us. But yes, there'll be a few clips of the boys at the end of the episode. Their greatest hits. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of recordings to go through. So yeah, just a few. We're running out of time. Oh yes, Paul. I'll try and find some good ones. All right. And if there aren't enough listeners, then you'll just have to sit there and think back. Yeah, think back to other moments that you might prefer. Oh dear. All right, bye-bye, listeners. Goodbye, listeners. Goodbye.
I gotta go now.
I don't care.
Bye.
I want to go with you.
Gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wow. Real? No kidding.
Thank you, darling. And you too. Bye-bye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear. What's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice.
I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice.
We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
That is so cringe, oh my god.
You're a man of culture as well.
Okay, Cromitty, are you ready? Yes, Paul. The clips are all ready for the listeners to hear. Good. Okay. Press play. I'm pressing play.
What's the original language? Japanese originally, or
no? I mean yes, but no, because Power Rangers is American series, but it's based on a Japanese Super Sentai.
That's one.
And it's like the American Power Rangers are created like they have American actors playing the Power Rangers.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
But the footage of actors without transformation is original American footages. But the Power Rangers fights, Megazords, other robots, monsters fights are mostly Japanese footage.
We have a message from Gianluca. Oh, marvelous. Actually from him? Yes. He has addressed it to you. And, it proves everything. Oh, thank goodness.
Hello, Mr. Yeti. Good morning. I really hope you're fine. Just wanted to say thank you so much. I mean, I don't want to waste your time. I know you are a very busy person, very engaged, but I'm becoming day after day, and without a notice, honestly, a great fan of your podcast. because substantially I'm noticing a great improvement in my IQ and logical skills. I don't know why. Apparently, if someone watches one of your episodes, is in front of a very creative word of yours, maybe a bit difficult to understand in the first times. But in my case, it's like trying to understand what is present in your mind is a very, very great train for my brain. You know, I feel like I can have any kind of genial idea. It's difficult to explain. So, well, I know it's strange, but thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
That's marvellous news. Thank goodness. All that worry. And there I was thinking that poor Gianluca was, well, you know, worse off for having discovered the Shy Life podcast. What is it like meeting a Yeti? Are you scared?
Well, I was a bit terrified at first, but this Yeti is actually pretty nice.
Well, also, turns out we're related because you're a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm short. My type of Yeti is quite a short Yeti, but you're actually you're literally a Bigfoot. I thought I had big feet, but you've got big feet, like even bigger feet.
Really big feet, like
but
size 15.
Yeah, but you are big anyway. You are tall, 6'4". When you look at me, you think you have. Sometimes you confuse me with an ant. You think, oh, what's that ant doing? Oh, it's Paul. Sorry, I'm so far down. So listeners, we're just wandering amongst the crowds. As I say, it's quite a limited, a very special invitation only, I should say. Look, Grizzly, Bettina and August up ahead. You must go and speak to them. Then you can say thank you for the box set.
Let's go.
Bettina.
Oh, darling, how are you? Oh, Matthias, darling, you're here. Oh, did you get my little present?
Yes, I get it, and I'm really pleased that you sent it to me. Very thank you.
Oh, darling, my pleasure. Oh, I was just so pleased. I was just so pleased that to meet a fan face to face. Oh gosh. Well, yes. In the end, it came out about a few days after Halloween. I don't understand why, but I'm so glad that you could be here. Paul said that you were probably coming. Oh, darling, you're looking very smart in your suit and bow tie. I like a man in a bow tie.
Yeah, I love bow ties since I started reading Hercule Poirot books.
Oh, darling, I love those.
So, of course, I sent Gianluca back a message, and, I did sort of say, you really don't have to send a present, but I gave in quite easily. Thank goodness for that. Yes. And I gave him my address, and then it was only a day or so later that I received another message from him.
Hey Eddie, so the presents are in the post. I've sent a few, some for you and some for your podcasting colleagues. I've labeled each parcel, but I'll just talk you through it, if that's okay. You and Uncle John have bought a suit made of feathers, so he can hang around with his magpies and they will think he's one of them. Crewmate, I've bought a new white coat for when he is working in his lab, The material is splatter-proof, so it will always remain clean. Next, I've bought a box of chocolates for the team from the music school. Each chocolate is shaped like a piano key in either white or dark chocolate. For Bettina, I've bought a music box, which I found in an Italian antique market here in Bari. I hope she likes that, I guess. It has a certain style that seems very much to match her own. There is also a set of paints and brushes for her husband, so he can work on his watercolors. For your dear friend, Ozzy, I've bought a new pair of trainers, especially for a gentleman with duck feet. I think they match the color of his beak.
definitely a little bit worried about Yeti Uncle John and Cromitty.
I think gonna be fine.
I don't know, it's just... it's weird, because they keep having these stupid ideas. And usually it's Yeti Uncle John who comes up with the stupid ideas. But recently, Cromitty's been the one who's come up with stupid ideas. And I wonder if Yeti Uncle John, spending so much time with Yeti Uncle John has made Cromitty stupid, like as stupid as Yeti Uncle John. I'm sure it'll be fine, but
maybe it's like early midlife crisis.
I don't know. Cromitty's at least they're all a bit older than me, so I think they're past midlife. I don't know. Yetis live to different ages. So.
You're never too old or too young for midlife crisis.
Yeah. Sure.
Speaking of midlife crisis...
Was that Yeti Uncle John, that motorbike? Yeah.
No. Whose song is that? Genesis?
Midlife Crisis?
Midlife Crisis. Faith No More.
Faith No More, yeah.
Yeah, Genesis did Land of Confusion.
That's right.
I always confuse that songs. Yeah, Land of Confusion, Midlife Crisis. Sound familiar. No, they are not.
You're getting confused by Land of Confusion.
Yeah. The band. Well, I like both the songs, but I can't just remember who's who.
So, first of all, great presentation of the topic, so that's great. I will try to be synthetic so you can't, waste your time listening to me. So, the pronunciation of casa is correct. Casa is house, so nice. You also know the translation. Porta would be door in English, and it's almost good. I mean, it's nice. Of course, you in English have the R and not R, a bit more, rough pronunciation of the R, but it's okay. I mean, it's also understandable by an Italian, I guess. Luce would be light. That's wrong. That would be luce, like that CE at the end of the luce is a diphthong like cherry. You have to imagine it's a sort of CHE at the end of the word. So luce. Anyway, it's a good first try. That's nice.
Hello, barman. Hello. Hello. I wonder, could I get myself a cosmopolitan, please? I do love your bar. It's so nice. I mean, the whole venue is great and it's wonderful.
Thank you. One cosmopolitan for you.
Thank you. I have a story to tell you. I mean, I do love the act you've got on tonight, Miley Commode. She's so good. But actually, my friend who's here, he thought that he was coming to see the actual Kylie, and we realized we bought the wrong tickets. But he doesn't mind because she's so good, and he hasn't even realized. So that's how good your act is. I just thought you might find that funny.
I'm happy to hear that. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And how much would that be?
It's on the house.
Oh, thank you. So kind. Yes. You look somehow familiar, but I must have seen you around Vegas. It's such a small town.
Yeah, work is very small, and this town is not the exception.
Yes. Well, we're from London. Well, I'm not from London, but we've come a long way. It's been good.
It's always nice to have someone from Great Britain here.
Yes. Listeners, hi. We're in the taxi and just been changing a nappy. Yeah. I'm glad this is a podcast, not a video cast, because, oh dear. Anyway, we're just waiting for Yeti Uncle John. He's just filled the taxi up with petrol and finding some snacks. He's finding some snacks for you, Grizzly. Hey? What do you like? What do you like to eat? And no, we don't have kitty. But we can. No, oh no, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, no, don't cry, no, don't. Do you want a song? Can I sing you a song? Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When I don't know the tune of this one. Black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, you like this one? Yeah, yes. One for the master, one for the dame, one for the little bear who lives down the lane. Daddy! Yes, I'm your daddy. Yes, it's been at least a week since anyone called me that. Oh, well, so, do you want to have a little sleep? Have a little sleep? Yeah, sleep. You have a sleep now.
Teddy bear.
Yeah, we're going to get you a teddy bear now, yeah. Here comes Daddy Yeti Uncle John. He's your favourite. He's your favourite, isn't he? Your favourite. He's like a big teddy bear.
Yay, big teddy bear.
Hello? Oh, hello, baby Grizzly. How are you?
Daddy Uncle John is the teddy bear.
Yes. We've got some snacks. I got some like hot dog sausages. I thought, nothing can go wrong with hot dog sausages, can they? Oh, I don't know. There might be quite a lot of salt in them, but I guess as far as they are quite. There's nothing sharp on them. There's nothing. Just. Oh, I don't know. This is a nightmare. Being a daddy, Paul, it's okay. Together we can manage it.
To be honest, I'm not sure he's the only spirit in that box. I think there's more to this.
What do you mean, dear?
I think he's mostly busy guarding the box and then emerges for a quick burst of energy once a day.
Poltergeists are usually pretty energetic. They need their exercise. You'd normally see a lot more of them than we actually are at the moment.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. So it might not be that he's sulking with us, more just that he's awfully busy guarding the box.
Absolutely correct, dear lady.
Then there's no point you trying to speak to him right now, if he's otherwise engaged.
Perhaps not at the moment, no. It also occurred to me, poltergeists can be a trifle snooty with other ghosts, madam. However, they do like meeting celebrities.
Oh, darling, like me, you mean?
Well, yes and no. You're perhaps a little too closely associated with us.
But if you called up Mr. Yeti, perhaps maybe he could have a word. It might be worth a try.
Yes, I think you're right. I did actually mention it to him earlier. Yes, if you think it might work, I'll call him. He's on standby. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, a very special day too, I might add. And I'm sure you must have other plans.
We do, indeed.
Oh, how exciting. Do I need to buy myself a new hat?
No, we were just going to take a stroll around the gardens to check out the flowers.
To see if spring has arrived.
Oh, marvellous. Well, run along then, you two. I'll call up our Yeti friend and get him to come over. I know he won't be up to much. His love life is notoriously dreary. Madam, don't be mean.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's true. He's a hopeless case. Anyway, we do need to solve this little supernatural problem. Build bridges, as it were.
Of course, and I'm sorry we weren't more help.
Oh, not at all, darling. You have fun. You might even find a sprig of mistletoe out there still in bloom.
Madam, please. There's no need to matchmake. Boo and I are just old friends.
Oh, darling, that's what they all say. And you could be so much more.
Oh gosh, Scrappy, we need you more than ever. Things have been going on recently. We all need protection. We always need protection, but we really need you. You've got to get better, Scrappy. You've got to get better. Protect who? Protect who? Remember me. Please remember me, Scrappy. Oh, you remembered. You remembered me. Oh, Scrappy. Oh, I promise you we'll be back for you soon. They're going to do everything they can to make you better. And then, I know we weren't together for long before that tragic accident happened, but I promise you we will. Everything will be back to normal. And we'll be together again. We'll be back together again.
Scrappy can protect.
Yes, you can protect me.
System malfunction.
Oh dear.
System malfunction.
Sir, I'm sorry. I have to ask you to leave. I've got to plug him back into the circuits.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Scrappy. Dear. I hope I've not overexerted him.
Oh, no, it's fine. He gets a bit like this in the afternoon.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Bye.
Goodbye.
Mission
Bye.
Oh, Levi. Hey, I recognise you. It's me, Yeti Uncle John. You must have heard about me. I'm sure Paul's told you a lot about me. How wonderful to meet you. How's it going? How's it been hanging out with Mr. Yeti?
The Yeti has been absolutely lovely.
Oh, really? Go. Well, go on then. Tell me. How has he been lovely? He's not usually lovely. Has he done nice things?
I mean, he's been a good friend so far, so I can't complain.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it because, he's a funny type. I should know because I'm one myself. But do you have any questions for me?
What about like your magic tricks?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you saw people in hell.
Yeah.
Do you actually do they actually come?
Do they actually fall apart?
Yeah.
Some of them have rather gone to pieces, but
do they come back together afterwards? Or?
They do. You have to have some super glue, but just in case it goes wrong. But oh dear, yeah, that's what I said. And the one thing I would say is you have to be very careful when you're doing magic tricks, because once I conjured up a demon, and he was unfortunate. Thankfully, he was a really nice demon, and we still send Christmas cards.
You know about ghosts, darling. It's difficult for them to move around. And, Boo found a way of getting here by hiding in a box. It's a long story. Anyway, the two of them are reunited and they're boyfriends now. I was so happy. I helped matchmake them at Valentine's. It was wonderful. I'm an old romantic. You must remember that about me. I always like people to be happy.
Yes, I'm very happy now, though.
Yes, I wasn't talking about you, darling. But Douglas and Boo are very happy.
That's amazing. I'm very happy to see a very accomplished relationship and partnership. I'm very modern, so gay ghosts are really high in my heart.
Thank you, madam. I appreciate the support and the kindness. Yes.
It's not a matter of kindness, darling. You're people like everybody else. You might be gay and dead, but you're still people. You have relationships and feelings. It's life or death. But when you know what I mean.
Yes, madam. Can I go now?
Yes, darling. We've got so much to catch up with. I don't know if you'd like to see my garden later, darling. There's just so much to show you. We have quite a few acres. Is your garden as big as mine?
No, I'm not into garden, but the beach is humongous, and the view is to kill for.
Well, do you have a swimming pool?
Of course I have swimming pool, Olympic size, but I prefer to walk by the beach and swim in the sea, because if you have private beach, then you don't need a pool.
Those were pretty good, Cromitty. Well chosen. Thank you, Paul. I hope the boys approve. I'm sure they will. All right, listeners, it really is time to say goodbye now. Oh, yes. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bye.
Oh my God, there's nothing I like better is when another new episode of the Shy Life Podcast comes out.
Gee whiz, the way Paul Chandler, the Shy Yeti, travels around gives me a rash.
This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Man, was that worth it or not? Oh my goodness, that was a darling little shoe. Whoa, I love that one. Great show, Paul. Yeah, that was a good.
732.
That was beautifully done.
Oi, oi, that's your lot.
Okay, bye-bye.
Don't have me.
Et voilà.